Within the school we have a research centre for health promotion, and they started doing research projects with different areas of our community in Leeds and surrounding regions, and recognised there were many organisations out there in the private and voluntary sector that were doing a lot of good work for their communities. So from that, Professor James South initiated the concept of commUNIty, a group of people who would work directly with these communities to try and improve the well-being and welfare of people living in the more deprived communities in Leeds and its surrounding areas.
I worked as team lead for community partnerships at Leeds Beckett between 2013 and 2017. Over that time we built up a network of nearly 100 community partners, 5 strategic partners, organisations such as Hamara, St George's Crypt, Health for All, Getaway Girls and the Children's Society.
The first partner we did focused work with was a group called Hamara in Leeds.
There's been 2 or 3 really tangible outcomes of that partnership. Number one, the expertise. And you know, we've been very grateful to have that expertise on board, because obviously being a community organisation, a charity, we often don't have the financial resources to actually buy in that type of expertise, and that's been great. The second thing, and I say this very genuinely, is that it has been a real partnership. Sometimes I refer to paper partnerships, but it hasn't. I mean, people like Sylvia in the early days, and then Jane and her team, Carl, Susan and others have really embraced the whole aspect of the partnership. So it's not the university telling us what to do, or even vice versa. It's something that we've undertaken in partnership, and hence that great title we came up with, commUNIty. And then thirdly, I think it's enabled us to share knowledge and expertise we've learned from the university. Hopefully the university have learned something from us as a community. So I think it's been a win-win situation.
So we had a portfolio of really exciting research, evaluation and volunteering work with St George's Crypt. Some of that work is still going today, and some of the relationships which we invested in are still flourishing.
So probably the most successful project we've run has been around looking at occupational therapy and the needs of our clients. So we started that with students looking into those needs. They did a project at one of our hostels, and with that data we were able to put into a bid, a relevant bid to the NHS, who then came back and said we could deliver occupational therapy here. That has then become a long-standing project and has evolved now into hosting 2 placement students running alongside our occupational therapist, and the NHS are now looking to recommission it to continue it going, hopefully forever. So I think that's pretty much the best that we could have ever hoped for.
So occupational therapy is really holistic, so we always look at the person as a whole. So no matter what the person comes in with, we look at how a person's managing day to day overall. So whether it's the mental health, the physical health, the living situation, bearing in mind that they're homeless, we just look at how that's affecting their ability to do any activity in their life and to lead a good quality of life. And then we just target whatever the person's priorities are.
So it's just been really great just to get to know so many different people that the population I'm aware of, but I have never had the chance to engage with really.
So we've got a gaming group this morning, we have a cooking group that's led with another member of staff on a Thursday. We have a games group on an evening, which is more like cards and things. And then we have groups that run depending on who's staying. So we've had such as cycling, spoken word, writing, crafts. So it's very much based around what people want and what's important to them. People who are staying here change all the time, so try and base it around what people are saying is important to them and what they want to do really.
And the feedback that we've got from our clients has been immense. Just having a service on site where people present, where people come to, where they're more used to being, where they feel safe, secure. And it's not the same as going to a traditional service where they may not feel that they're in need, that they're wanted. It's just a massive, massive thing.
We go to our networks in the community and invite them into the university for 1 week, where they have taster sessions in courses like youth work, social work, nursing, counselling. They come into university and we immediately demystify that environment. We make it familiar. The staff that are working with them are very grounded. Some of them may come from those communities themselves. And we bring them in so that they can have a taste of what it might be like to study at university and what sort of support they would get. Every year from that course, at least one of the participants will enrol on a degree programme, and we're really proud that Jerobo is our first graduate from that programme.
Doing the summer course just convinced me completely that Leeds Beckett was for me, because before that I was thinking that university was just for very intelligent people or people that done very well in the A-levels and stuff like that, and then I'm going to be there just looking daft. So doing the summer course, I just realized that everyone was like me. I studied youth work and community development. I felt like I had somewhere to belong to and somewhere in which I could have some memories like forever. I made a lot of good friends at university, and I also realized I was more capable of having a degree than I ever thought. I managed to get a 2-1, which was impressive.
Winner of the Dean's Prize for Community Engagement and Enhancing the Learning Community, Jerobo Drama.
My graduation day was crazy. I had like a lot of emotions. I was super nervous, but it was amazing. It was great. I've never felt so proud of myself ever before, and so proud of my colleagues. And it was just a great memory for life, really.
I think the key successes have been mutually beneficial. It enabled people to access what are known as hard-to-reach communities for student placements, for research purposes. So we've benefited, but more importantly, communities have benefited. We've been able to support them in some of their ambitions. We've been able to highlight some areas of need and have those met.
The communities that benefit most from that collaboration are the communities around universities. Communities of Leeds, communities of West Yorkshire.
You know, it's still there all these years later, and it's something that the university are keen on retaining and even developing. Because, as I say, I think, you know, it's such a valuable resource that we've got in the city, Leeds Beckett University, its staff, its faculties, its students, and if that can help and assist all the great work that happens in communities such as this one in Beeston, then that can only be a good thing.
I think it's just continuing and building more. I think realistically we've shown that with the help of a university we can deliver a project that brings massive, massive benefits to a very vulnerable population that generally gets missed out and gets overlooked. So I think it's just looking at what else we can offer here on site, and also it's the wider benefits to other third sector organisations that might want to do a similar thing, that we can say, well look, this is what we did here. If you're working with a different population, maybe you might be able to do something as well. So sharing, spreading the love.
I think everybody in the school is already committed to an agenda of helping others and of making a difference. And I think that's what's enabled commUNIty to be so successful.